Yeah,
I can't believe we saw Shane, too.
Yeah, what did you say? He looked like a pickled egg? How dare you?
No, what you're saying.
You right away. You hadn't seen him in how long? As soon as you saw him, Shane's in the sauna, and you're like, you look like a pickled egg.
Well, he looked like one of those kind of eggs, like in that little cage or whatever at the gas station, you know?
Those bucket eggs. The ones that are on the bars. Yeah. The pickled. Give me one of them pickled eggs. Do you know how fucking hungry you have to be? These fucking eggs, who knows how long they've been sitting there. You're like, yeah, give me one of them.
And there's always some trucker over there just bobbing for apples in the tank of them, like, blah, blah, blah.
They look so unsanitary.
Bro, in the fart that rips out of your body off
how
of that
are you
thing.
going to ban Chick-fil-A, but you're not going to ban that?
I know.
You imagine?
Dude, that has to be RFK's arch nemesis right there.
You imagine if you were living off those eggs, the farts you would have? If that's your only food source. Like, let's imagine you're like stuck on a boat in the middle of the ocean with only bottled eggs. Bro, after a while, your own farts are going to make you jump in the ocean. You're like, I can't even be around myself.
But there's a lot of, like, there's that trucker's high that they get from huffing their own gas. There's like a syndrome or something that starts from it. From people, just imagine, that can't be good for you, right? Caging yourself up at 80 miles an hour with your own farts. And just cruising state to state, just fucking.
Just letting it go, baby. And the combination of things, ring dings and pork rinds and fucking Pepsi.
Saying fag over and over again. But I'll tell you this.
That's maple syrup.
Gay animal meat is going to be the new thing. You telling me you're at a restaurant, right?
Right. There'll be a gay lamb.
And they're like, hey, okay, you can have this lamb, $70, this shank. Or you could have this sweet little lamb shank over here for $90. Yeah.
The best of both worlds. So it's got the firmness of male.
Yeah.
Well, also has that sweet tenderness of female.
Yeah, it's also been basted from the inside, you know? I think there's... You tell me you're not going to get a gay steak, dude, for an extra $20. You're not going to try it?
Especially if you're LGBT friendly. You want to support the gay steak market.
You have to.
Yeah.
That's the next thing,
they start
though.
cheating, though, and encouraging straight cows to fuck each other? Yeah. Just because they want that... Because they realize there's more money in gay steaks.
Yeah. God, give me one of those gay steaks, huh? Those things are $30 more. God damn.
It comes out, they fucking
You
pull
telling
it
me
out
queer shoulders $9 more per pound?
They serve it in a high heel shoe. The waiter takes it out of the shoe, plates it.
The waiter just kind of scoops it onto your tongue.
Yeah, I call it a juicy Santana.
But they're gonna start. It's gonna start happening. They're gonna start getting these LGBTQ meats. They're gonna start getting.
What's the D? You put a D in there.
I don't know. I think probably for cat.
She said LGBT.
I don't know, dude. They keep putting other stuff in there.
New ones. Yeah, they always add ones. But the one that pisses me off the most, they add the A. That's asexual. Hey, stay out of it. This is not you. Why are you in there?
Yeah.
See, it's like the electoral college thing that I was talking about.
Right.
It's they gathered up this gang
we get enough
of like fucking Springfield, Ohio. Come on in. Come on in. We could use your vote. And then just pile it all on.
In this fascinating clip from JRE number 1284, Graham Hancock explores the mystery of the Olmec civilization.
I explored the Olmec mystery in considerable depth. It's considered to be the earliest high culture of Central America. Everybody's heard about the Aztecs. Everybody's heard about the Maya. But before the Aztecs and before the Maya, there were a culture who are referred to as the Olmecs. Again, we don't know what they called themselves. That's what the Aztecs called them. They called them the Olmecs, and it means the rubber people because that rubber-producing area of Mexico. They worked in giant megalithic constructions. What they're most famous for is these huge carved human heads, which can be on a scale of up to 20 to 25 tons in weight, and which have curious features which have been interpreted variously as Polynesian, African, don't look like classic Native American features.
Keep that up.
But one of the things I've realized is that there is no classic Native American feature. That Native Americans are have a very complex genetic story with very many different elements brought into it.
Joe goes on to ask Graham if he knows what the helmets are.
Nobody knows, because no physical example of such a helmet has ever been found, just like no physical example of an Egyptian pharaoh's crown has ever been found. All we see is the stone reproductions of them. There's another fascinating figure from La Venta, one of the Olmec sites, which is the earliest ever image of a plumed or feathered serpent. The feathered serpent is a famous icon. Sitting in the middle of it is this human figure who's holding this strange bag in his hand. And it's just a fact that those identical bags are found in ancient Sumer in the hands of individuals who were considered to be civilization bringers, and they also show up on Pillar 43 at Göbekli Tepe. I call them man bags. And in that case, at Göbekli Tepe, we know they're at least 11,600 years old.
Graham then tells Joe that other skulls have been found in Brazil with similar features to the Olmec heads, suggesting a broader pattern of diversity in ancient populations across the Americas.
It's been known by archaeologists for quite a long time that there are anomalous skulls in parts of Brazil, which appear to show very strongly Polynesian or African features, very much like the features that we see on the Olmec heads. And a number of archaeologists who got into trouble with their colleagues for this have used that to argue many years ago, 30, 40 years ago, that the settlement story of the Americas is much more complicated than we've realized.
Graham then tells Joe that there is genetic evidence indicating that Polynesians and Aboriginal peoples may have had a presence in the Amazon, which could potentially explain the distinctive facial features seen in the Olmec sculptures. He concludes by highlighting the cultural and symbolic links between the Olmecs and the later civilizations of the region.
But what's fascinating about them is they are supposedly the first high civilization of Central America, that they create structures on a massive scale, that you can see connections between them and the later Maya. That whole mystery of the Mayan calendar was clearly inherited from the Olmecs. It wasn't something the Maya made up. The Olmecs used that same symbolism. So the Mayan calendar is actually an Olmec calendar. And if we then consider the possibility that the Olmecs may just be the latest, the earliest surviving manifestation of that calendar, it could go back much further than that.